Hey, welcome back, everyone. How you doing? It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. Thank you all for the thanks. I appreciate it for the 20K subscribers. Remember, you're the one that made this happen, not me. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. You're the ones that are making this channel grow, meaning you are in charge pretty much of this channel, and because of you. So here I am bringing you some more content. I'm mainly focused on televisions, obviously, upscaling, anything that has to do with the 4K, I like to let you know. But sometimes I do some other things like emulators, modems, as I said previously, routers. I try to help you out, try to give you some tips. Maybe you knew, maybe you didn't know, so I just kind of try to keep you up to date on what's going on. Now, this is what you're looking at here. This is only for you who live in the United States of America. Okay? If you live in Canada, if you live in Europe, this doesn't concern you. Okay? So you don't want to, this is not going to really mean that much to you if you live in Europe or other countries. This is only for those of you who live in the United States of America. As you know, here in the United States, we have a variety of different providers for television, for cable. We have AT&T DirecTV and Xfinity Comcast. These two are the big major ones. They're like leading right now. There's also Cox, that's for the X. And you also have Time Warner. And I believe there's one more out there that barely anybody knows about. Dish Network, right? I mean, they're okay, but they're not that big. So, but the major two big ones are obviously Xfinity, Comcast, and DirecTV. If you live in the United States, chances are you have two of these. You have Xfinity, Comcast, or DirecTV, or possibly Time Warner if you are in New York City. Okay. Anyway, I just wasted 2 minutes explaining this, but let me tell you what this is. What this is, it's a brand new box from Xfinity Comcast. This box supports 4K. It supports 4K streaming on demand for Netflix right now currently. Okay, with this box, you can only stream Netflix at the moment. However, later on this year, they are working on implementing HBO 4K, ESPN 4K. So when you're watching a World Cup, it will be in 4K. So they're working on that, okay, later on this year. But for right now, it's just Netflix. However, what's so cool about this box, it has a really good processing chip that allows you to upscale externally with this box to your TV. It allows you to upscale your 1080p live content from HBO, Showtime, Stars, ESPN, CNN, Fox, MSNBC, what have you. It allows you to upscale it, meaning that 1080i interlace signal or that 1080p 60 signal will be upscaled to 4K. Therefore, it's going to look much better on your TV with this box, meaning you'll have much better quality. And also, it supports HDR. It's HDR, and it also has Dolby Atmos support. So it has 4K, HDR, and Dolby Atmos support. Now, remote, it's pretty much the same. They do have another remote that's a little bit different, but it's pretty much the same functions, okay? There's two different types of remotes. You got this one, there's the other one, and the only difference is cosmetics, design, but they're pretty much the same functions, the same technology. It's built into this remote. All right, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to unwrap this and I'm going to set it up. I'm going to show you the process step by step on how to do it in case you want to upgrade to this. If you want to upgrade, all you have to do, take your existing X1 box that you have, take it to your nearest Xfinity store, go in there, return the one you have, and exchange it for this one. That's all you have to do. So now let's go ahead and let's set up this. By the way, there will be a live stream later on tonight around 5 o'clock, 5-ish. I will do maybe 4 o'clock. I will do a live stream that's being highly recommended that I do from Dreamcast Shenmue 2. So we'll do a live stream of Shenmue 2, okay? But for right now, let's go ahead and let's set this up. I'll show you everything step by step on how to do it. So that way you don't have to go search for other people to show you how to do it. I'll show you how to do it. All right, let's do this. All right, but the first thing first, let me show you how the box looks, okay? Because I've forgotten to show you how it looks. Actually, it has a pretty cool design. It looks very classy and modern. I definitely like the design, and it's very small. This is not very big box. Let me just show you how small it is. Look at my hand and look at the box. Now you get the idea, just like how small it is. There's a little Xfinity sign here. There's a little LED light. Actually, it's not a little LED. It's a big LED light that's going to light up when you turn it on. This is how it looks from the sides. This is how it looks from the center. There it is. Let me show it to you from this side. This is how it looked from that side. You guys can take a picture of this. You can crop it. That's okay. I don't mind if you do that. You have my permission to do it. It's not subject to copyright. You are more than welcome to take some of these images and download them from this video. That's fine by me. By the way, if you see these stickers on the wall, this is my niece. My niece putting a bunch of these stickers. Yeah, she's the one that's responsible for that. She's a sticker master. And this is the side of it right there. Now let me show you how it looks from the back. Let me show you what's inside, what's behind the back right here, really quick. Now this is what we have in the back right here. Of course, there's your. Let me get it a little bit closer. This is your cable in, okay? This is where your cable in goes in. That's where you're going to be getting that signal, coaxial signal that's going to go in. It's going to transfer the information. So you plugged it right here. This, I don't know what this is for. I have to look into that. This is the HDMI. This is where you plug it in. And I'm probably guessing it's HDCP 2.2. It has to be HDCP 2.2. That's the only way you can get the 4K HDR signal. You got to have HDCP 2.2 and you got to have HDMI 2.0 high speed to do this, okay? It has a USB 3.0, which is kind of cool. From what I understand, you can actually upgrade a hard drive, like a 5 terabyte hard drive, and it doesn't go directly to a cloud service. You can actually choose to locally save all of your programming. So you can take them with you. You can expand the storage capacity to like 5 to 7, 8 terabytes, and you can have all of your movies and all your content here. So this is kind of cool what Xfinity is doing here. This is definitely the future. And of course, you're going to need this, the Ethernet port, the gigabit Ethernet port right here. You're going to need this because if you want to watch on-demand 4K, meaning movies in 4K from Xfinity, or if you want to watch Netflix 4K from Xfinity, you're going to need this. And this right here is your power. That's where you connect your power right there, your AC, which is right here. I got it. And I forgot to show you, but it's right here. I haven't opened it yet. But what's so unique and cool about this, it's very small. It's not going to take too much space on your shelf. The one I had before was gigantic. It was like a big giant JVC VCR. This thing, it's very nice and it's very small. It's a size of Nintendo Wii U. Honestly, like it's like a size of Nintendo Wii U. Like that's the best way I can describe it. It's very small. Smaller than the Xbox One S. Smaller than the Xbox One X. And it's like Nintendo Wii U. That's the best way I can explain it. And it's thinner than Nintendo Wii U. So let's go ahead and let's do a setup. Let's plug this in step by step. Let me show you how to do it. I only have 10 minutes. Now, before I start the setup, it's very important that you understand this is the name of the box. You have to look for XG1v4A. This is the official model number, XG1v4A. Even though I will post it obviously on the title of this screen, but here it is, just so you guys remember it. This is the name of the box. And it does have Dolby built into it, so it will support Dolby Atmos. Okay, it has Dolby Atmos support firmware update in there that will support Dolby Atmos with HDR and 4K. All right, the first step you have to make is you want to make sure that your coaxial cable that's coming from your modem, okay, goes right in here where it says cable in. That's where you're going to get all that transfer data. That's where all that transfer data is going to come, right there. So make sure you plug this in. Make sure it's tightened very good. Screw this thing very tight where it says cable in. Now the second step is the HDMI. You plug in the HDMI. The power is the last thing, okay? You do this last. Okay, so now you have HDMI cable plugged in to the HDMI TV, and you got your coaxial cable in. Make sure it's tight in, screwed in very nicely, as I said earlier. I know I said it twice, but it's very important that this thing gets tight really good. Okay, also double check. Double check in the back of your modem, okay, that it's tightly secured as well. And the final step, it's going to be your adapter right here. You plug it in, and then we're going to go to booting up the system. So the first three steps here, remember, first you put the coaxial cable in, HDMI, and then the last step should always be the power adapter. Okay, this is your last step. You plug this in, which goes right here where it says, where it has a little pink or red, it looks like a pink circle ring. Okay, so there it is. It's boot up. You see that LED light I was telling you about. So that's how it looks when you powered it in. This is how it looks. It looks like this. Okay. Now we're going to turn on the TV and use our remote and go through the setup process. It might take a while to download because it has to download and update my information and all that. But anyway, I'll show you how it looks. And then we're going to go through some video display settings and stuff like that. All right, it says welcome, connecting to your entertainment experience. And here's my controller right here. There's the box right there. We're going to wait till it's being downloaded. It has to download all the information and has to activate it and patch up the new firmware updates and whatnot. So it'll take a while. So we're going to skip through this. I'm going to pause the video and we'll come back. All right, so it's asking you which language to go with. You just click English, use your remote control. Click English. There you go. Now it's loading, setup process. Okay, right now it's downloading your main menu. What happened is it asked you for your phone number to make sure that it's you. So that way they can connect to your account immediately and start uploading all of your stuff, everything that you have from the cloud into this device right here. Right now it's preparing your channel lineup and everything that you have. And the movies you might have purchased and stuff like that. So everything you had previously will be memorized from the cloud and put in here, okay? On this device. You can name this device the way you want to name it, okay? So you can choose that if you want. And once you finish that, then all you have to do is just set up your remote so you can use the voice remote and all that. So that should be your last step, is your remote control. It's a simple 3 steps. You hold the setup button on your remote control, then you wait for the remote light to change from red to green, and then you hit the Xfinity button. Very simple. You also have the ability to control your television sets with this control, so that's kind of cool. You can do this or you can skip it. It really depends. I'm going to skip this because I like to use my Samsung remote. I like to do it through my Samsung, you know. Okay, so here we are on a CNN HD. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go hit the Xfinity, and then we're going to go to settings. We're going to go to settings right here. Click on the settings, and then we're going to hit to our device settings. We're going to hit video display, and here is where we're going to choose how we want our system to work. We can adjust. Right now we're on 720p, which is their default. We're going to go ahead, we're going to change this, and we're going to switch it back to 2160p 60, so 4K 60. And here you'll see different options. Right now it's in 720p. So we're going to go and hit right here on the best available 4K UHD. We'll hit on 2160p. So now it's going to upscale. What's going to happen is it's going to upscale externally to 4K. And you click yes. Select yes. And you keep it at 16 by 9, 2160p 60, 4K UHD, best available. Then you exit, and here you are now. You got this 1080p content being upscaled to 4K. And I can tell you, it looks much better, man. It looks way better. The quality is way better here, man. It looks more sharper. It looks more detailed. Definitely it looks better. I can tell you a huge difference between what I was watching before and what I'm seeing now with this upscaling. It's a really good upscale. And even here, you know, the reason I'm choosing a news networks is because on the news networks I will not get flagged. So, and I can tell you, it just looks much better. The, you know, upscaling definitely helps. You know, upscaling works the best if you have a good source. If you're getting a 1080p source from one of these HD channels, then 1080p source upscale to 4K will look much, much better. Now, one of the cool unique features about Xfinity is the fact that now you have a bunch of different apps. You have YouTube app that's also going to support 4K, and you got Netflix that supports 4K. So let me click on Netflix really quick. And here it is. You can see it. There's Bright right here with the Ultra HD 4K. And looks excellent in 4K. This is the 4K right now with HDR and looks excellent. I can only show you a little bit, not too much. I mean, the quality is top notch, man. This looks great. I like it. It's in 4K HDR. So you can exit now. We can also click to YouTube and check the YouTube if you would like me to. So, yeah, remember, right now it's only Netflix and YouTube. But later on this year, other programming like on-demand 4K will be available on Xfinity Ultra HD 4K movies. Then you're also going to have ESPN switching to 4K, HBO later on this year switching to 4K, Stars switching to 4K. Now, I don't know the pricing. I'm sure the 4K package will be more expensive. You'll be paying a little extra. Obviously, you have to remember, you know, it's going to be more expensive. It means your cable bill is going to be a little bit higher because, you know, now you're getting the 4K service, okay? All right, so here is my YouTube right here on the Xfinity. Looks great. I can continue where I left off. Maybe I can switch to some of the 4K movies I was watching. Let me see if I can find it. Let's click Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes in 4K. Let's see how quickly this loads up. All right, via this device right here. And look at this. Looks fantastic, man. This is great. Looks pretty good. So there you have it. You can also pause it, press, press play. You pause it and continue. Okay. So there you have it, guys. This is the Xfinity device, the XG1v4. It's a mouthful, man, but this is the new device right here you're gonna need. So basically, this is what you're gonna be needing in the future. Okay, right now, I mean, do you need to upgrade? Well, if you wanna watch Netflix on 4K and YouTube in 4K, or if you wanna upscale your 1080p programming to 4K, then I guess you could. I did notice that it's a little bit faster. Like this device, it's a bit faster. You know, it loads channels faster, moves faster, so it does have better speed. You know, so it's up to you, but I think this is future proof. You should definitely have this if you're going to be staying with the Xfinity Comcast. You should have this so that way once they start rolling 4K programming, you don't have to worry about it. You'll be all set. All right, so this is the end of the video. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. I'll see you on my live stream of Shenmue 2 Dreamcast later on today. Thank you.